Hello, everyone, and welcome back to week 4 of our 5-week Age of Empires 4 countdown to launch. This has been a series of social media posts, streams, and all of that over the last 4 weeks, and there's one more week until we launch where we've been doing one of these
Less than
streams
a
every
week.
week.
Less than a week.
Let
6 days. 6 days.
6 days.
Next
It's
Thursday.
so soon. It's so exciting.
It's scary.
It's less than a week is I think when it really hit. Like as soon as it hit, like, hey, we're 2 weeks away last stream, or less than 2 weeks.
I
Okay,
know.
but less than a week. A week is like
Every week that we've done this, it's like, oh, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and it's like enough time to be like, that's we can still prepare. There's still time, and now we can't even say week anymore. It's
yeah,
in days now.
yeah. It's kind of crazy thinking that it's come and it's almost here and it's less than a week. Like this time next week, everyone's gonna be playing the game.
Yep. All of you guys watching, you're going to be in the matches, and we're going to be watching you guys play rather than the other way around.
Yeah, and actually it's yeah, less than a week. So actually, this time you'll have had basically a day already of playing because the game does launch on Thursday, the 28th. There, just as this goes. So the countdown to launch has been a program we've been showing off different Civ matchups each week. Every Monday, we post basically the 2 Civs of the week. We ask you which Civ you would like to see or which you would like to play more on the website. You can go there, vote. This is the last week, so voting is done for that. There won't be any more. We have more coming for you next week for our stream. We'll give you some more info on that a little bit later. But yeah, so we ask you to vote for your favorite Civ from those matchups, and then we wrap up with one of these streams every Friday. The exception being next week, we are streaming on the Wednesday, the day before launch. So that's Wednesday, October 27th, before launch on Thursday, October 28th. And yeah, so we've done the English versus Holy Roman Empire the first week, Abbasid Dynasty versus Mongols second, Chinese versus French was last week, and this week is our final of the 1v1 matchups with the Civs of the Rus versus the Delhi Sultanate.
Elephants.
I see chat talking all about the elephants.
I saw a lot of elephants in the chat already.
And I also see age forward. Everyone, you don't need to enter that yet. We are not there yet.
Yeah, it doesn't count. You can click it, but type it.
It does
doesn't
absolutely
count,
nothing so far. But yeah, so our next stream next week will be on Wednesday the 27th. So definitely tune in for that. That's the day before launch. We've got a special 2v2 match to show you, which these matches they are pre-recorded. We go into we basically get our team doing this, but they are commented live. They are commented live, but then that commentary is recorded, so we want to get that to you. But we watched that match, and it is exciting. I think everyone's going to have a lot of fun watching that next week. But before we get there, we've got this week and the entire stream to get through. So, yeah, thanks for joining us today on Friday for wrapping up your week. And I guess we'll hop right into this. Part of what we also do, and I see chat, like, Ella forward. Oh, that would have been a good one. I should have changed it up.
That's a good one.
But as part of what we've been doing, we have been doing giveaways each stream. I see chat gets very excited about this. Don't type anything just yet, chat. Not yet. Not till I tell you. You're not going to get anything at all. I see you look. I'm looking down.
You know how it works. You tell them not to do something, they're gonna do it. But
True, but also if we tell Elliot not to do it, Elliot, you better not enter this.
Elliot's in the chat lurking to try and win. We know you.
You know the drill, Elliot. You can't win this. To everyone else, how this works is make sure you have your direct messages open on Twitch. We're going to post what the prize is. We're going to post how to enter, all of that. You'll type the secret word in chat, and then we'll be drawing winners. If you don't win, you can always pick up the stuff from the Xbox Gear Shop. We do have different prizes. So let's just hop right in for this week. We are starting actually off with a Age of Empires beer stein. Not just for beer. You could put any alcohol in there. I've got one right here. I have a different one. I have the Age of Empires 4 one from when we had the fan preview event.
You can just put coffee in there.
You could put anything. Same exact mug. This one just says Age of Empires, so it's for the entire franchise, everyone who loves Age. So this is the time, yes. I see chat doing it. Type Age, exclamation mark, Age, the number 4, Ward, W-A-R-D in chat. Let this go for a few seconds here, and then we'll draw our first winner of the show today. Again, even if you don't win, you can actually pick this up from the Xbox Gear Shop yourself right now, get it shipped to you, and have it drink along as you're playing the game once it launches.
Yeah, have it like right beside your PC.
Yeah.
Don't spill it though.
Do not spill all over your PC. As exciting as the game can be, don't do that. But yes, we'll give you a few minutes to enter this, get it all going. I will also toss this in chat. You should have, that should do it. Is it going to do it? Maybe.
Stein. Someone just put in Stein. Oh, we just put in Stein.
It didn't work.
Thanks,
What's with my
account.
code? Okay. For some reason this didn't work. I'm just going to paste this in directly, but you can grab your own Stein right there, that link I just posted there from the gear shop. You can head over there. I would hold off for just a second in case you do win this, unless you really would like to have 2 Steins, but not going to judge. 2 Steins is always good. One's used, you can have the next one. We will give you 10 seconds more. You only need to enter once. Typing it multiple times does nothing at all. It won't help you. You'll have the same odds. Type it once, you're set, you're golden. Let's see. Give it 2 seconds, everyone, and we're gonna roll our first winner of the show. So I see everyone age forward, age forward, age forward. It's almost time.
Winner.
All right. No, hey, Putty Pounce, I see you in chat. No, this is not. No exclamation mark fraffle. That was our old streams way long ago. You won't win with that. You need to do age forward.
Hope you win again.
All right. Good luck, everyone. We're gonna pull this right now. And there is our winner, R1, followed by a bunch of exclamation marks. What is this? 2, 3, 4, 5 exclamation marks. Congratulations, you've won this Age of Empires Stein. A member of our team will reach out to you very, very shortly, and we will get your information. We will get this all sorted and out. Give me 1 second. Got to get this name. There we go. Beautiful. A member of our team will reach out to you very shortly. So again, make sure direct messages are open. We'll reach out. We'll hook you up with this. To everyone else, you can go to the gear shop to buy one of these for yourself if you would like. There's also just a ton of merch on that shop. A ton of awesome stuff.
Yeah, and for the other ones too, just make sure that your DMs are open and responding to us, because if you don't, or if you take a little bit longer to get back to us, that's just going to delay you receiving your prize. So just get back to us super quickly.
Yeah. All right, so first prize of the show is out of the way, and I think that brings us over to the next segment here. Annie, if you would like to continue on.
So last week, you guys watched the show match between the Chinese and French, and the French won 77%. That was actually pretty surprising. And then this week, we asked you to vote between the Rus and the Delhi Sultanate. Wasn't as big of a gap as all of the other weeks. All of the other weeks actually had a pretty big gap, and the winner was pretty obvious. But this time was the closest one. Grant, that
oh
was,
yeah.
Even this
every
morning,
day I was
were looking at
refreshing the poll results on our end. I'm like, this is so close. This is so close.
It's pretty close. So with 55% of the votes, I know it's not super close, but it was still close compared to the other one.
55%. That's 45-55% split. That's quite close. That is
pretty close, I guess.
That is the closest matchup we've had so far.
I mean, fair enough for the last week, right? So a little bit of suspension there. So the winning Civ, here you go. This is voted by you.
We'll be right back on the other end of this, everyone. Enjoy the winning Civ.
Forged under pressure, the Rus mastered the wilderness and quickly expanded to new frontiers. With numerous options available to them, playing aggressively or defensively is up to you, both offering substantial rewards. The core strength of the Rus army lies in their battle-hardened cavalry. Their horse archers inflict high damage with each arrow, and the unit's hardiness can be further enhanced with upgrades, such as increasing the health of these cavalry units. As highly skilled hunters, the Rus's key advantage is in expanding their economy through the hunting cabin and the hunting bounty score. The hunting cabin replaces the mill and is available in the Dark Age, generating gold based on nearby trees and allowing you to train scouts. As the Rus hunt wild animals, the hunting bounty score increases to provide additional food income from all sources, helping you to quickly gather resources early in the game. The Rus also have access to the warrior monk, who has the extraordinary ability to enhance surrounding units while mounted on horseback. Strategic use of this ability can quickly change the outcome of what could have been a deadly encounter. Though the warrior monk's presence can easily influence the results of a battle, you must be up to the task of careful micromanagement to fully utilize its ability. Warrior monks can also carry relics while they ride into battle. The Streltsy is another unique Rus unit, a powerful hand cannoneer best suited for stationary combat. When stationary, their attack speed and damage increase thanks to their passive ability, offering the Rus a distinct way to hold their ground. Able to leverage their knowledge of the wilderness, the Rus benefit from the ability to earn gold while hunting animals, the construction of stronger wooden palisades and forts, and returning more wood when under a wooden fortress's influence, all helping the Rus to thrive during the early game, aiding their rapid expansion and options. However, you must plan carefully. Stone walls are not an option for the Rus, who must rely instead on palisade walls, but are fortified with extra health. The Rus also face limited powerful naval options, but their early access to cavalry combat units provides ample opportunity for them to achieve victory. As the Rus, the wilderness is yours to command. Their strong focus on territory expansion and early game advantages makes them perfect for aggressively conquering the map, or setting up an early defense, waiting for the perfect opportunity. While the Rus civilization deviates from other familiar civilizations, they provide a lively challenge and unique options to anyone up to the task of mastering their playstyle.
Alright, welcome back everyone. So, if you didn't know, the Rus were the winners of the Civ matchup this week between the Rus and the Delhi Sultanate. It was very close, as Eddie mentioned. Very, very close. And yeah, what do you think, chat? Who did you vote for? Let us know. Which Civ is your favorite? Who do you want to win? That's what we do. This was the last of the Monday matchups that we set up for that. So we've gone through all 8 of the launch Civs here right now. And next week will be our special 2v2. So what you've been wanting is our show match. I know a lot of you are very, very excited to see our developer show match there. We've got a good one for you today. It'll be a lot of fun. You'll see what's a little something different, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a special guest kind of in the show match playing. That said, before we do, we've got another round of giveaways. I know everyone likes free stuff. Chat, don't do anything just yet. I've got to prepare. It takes me just a second to make sure we're ready to give you some free stuff. Let's see. And you know how this goes. As soon as you see it come on screen, you can enter. And again, we've got 3 different prizes here for this round. So you enter !age forward, age, the number 4, WARD in chat, not Fraffle. Those who are trying Fraffle, that does not work anymore. Age forward, !age forward is what you need in chat to be entered to win. Please, again, do keep your direct messages open, as our team does need to actually send you a message to get you your prize. And we want you to have these. So what we're giving away is 3 copies, 1 of each, Age of Empires Definitive Edition, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, and 3 Definitive Edition as well here. So we're going to give these away in that order. First drawing will win Age 1 DE, second will win 2 DE, and 3 DE for the final person. Just enter once. You just need to type Age Forward in chat 1 time, and we will be drawing all 3 from that same prize pool.
These are pretty good prizes. You can just start practicing with some of these titles before you hop into Age 4.
Yeah, and then you can continue to play after. Totally fine. All the games,
Yes,
all of the Age
after
games are a
too.
lot of fun. That
Yep.
said, I feel like just a few of you will probably focus on Age 4 when it does launch next week. So give you a little bit of warm up if you don't have these games. I'm sure some of you do. If you win and you already have it, definitely feel free to give it to a friend. We'll give you your code. What you do with it's up to you, but it's always great to have friends to play with, make some friends, make some enemies in game.
For people to play with you, yeah.
Yeah, some people to either like team up with or some people to destroy. Always fun.
Or play together against AI like I do.
Yeah, or go for campaign. There's all sorts of fun stuff in this. So let's give them a few more seconds before we pull the first one. And again, same pool of users. So if you've typed !age forward, you don't need to do it for each of these 3 prizes here. All right, let's go for the first prize winner here for Age of Empires Definitive Edition. We have, I don't know that I can pronounce this, but it's HASFKHFD. A member of our team will reach out to you to get you your game. Just going to pass your name over so they can make that happen. They will get the magic.
Yes.
So you've won Age of Empires Definitive Edition. A lot of fun. Enjoy it. We'll reach out to you, make sure you get your code, get your game. And then you can either play it yourself. If you already own it, you can give it to friends, family, enemies, however you want to do it. And yeah, we've got 2 more prizes, so we will be drawing those just momentarily. Again, if you've already typed Age Forward in chat, you are good. There's nothing more you need to do for this round. Yeah, so we'll get this going. Let's see. Who's going to win Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition? Drawing right now. Connor_8018. Connor 18. Congratulations, you won Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. And again, same thing. Member of our team will reach out to you. For anyone who wins on these streams, because we do give prizes over the entire stream, even last week, all of the weeks we've been giving stuff out, make sure your direct messages are open. We want to give you free stuff. So we need you to let us give you free
free stuff. Let us reward you. Get back to us in a timely manner too, please. So we can just
Yes.
give it to
If you
you
get
right
back to us in
away.
like 5-10 years, I don't know that we'll be able to help you. Sooner's better than later.
5-10 years. Do you think people wait on prizes for that long?
I don't know.
5-10 years. If you remember in 5-10 years, see where we're at then.
Exactly. Hunt us down. All right. Last prize of this round before we hop into the show match that I know everyone is super excited to see. Again, if you've already entered, you're good to go. If you haven't yet, I don't know why you haven't entered this in chat. You've had tons of time for the first 2 game giveaways, but exclamation mark age forward. Age number 4, Ward, W-A-R-D. We're going to draw a winner in just 5 seconds here. All right. Let's do this. Last chance, everyone.
Actually, you might be drawing it before that ends.
No, I was gonna wait till you were done. I was gonna wait, but you know what?
That gives you like 10 more seconds.
All right, let's.
All right, go for it.
All right, congratulations to Insidious232. You've won Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. Again, DM's open. Member of our team will reach out to you very, very shortly.
Awesome. All right, congrats, winners. So now that we've given out some games, we're ready to go into the show match. So this week we've got the Rus versus Delhi Sultanate and commentary from our very own Eric. So stick around for the match after. So we're going to do more giveaways and a roundtable of the discussion. You guys know how it goes. So enjoy.
Yeah. All right. Here. We will see you right on the other side of this. Be a little bit, enjoy the match, and we will be back afterwards. All right, enjoy everyone.
Hello and welcome to another Age of Empires 4 Civilization Showcase. This week we have the Rus and the Delhi Sultanate. Once again, I'm Zak Robinson. You may know me as ZeroEmpires.
And joining him, I am Eric Wrobel. We are members of the Balance team, and we've got a pretty interesting match for you guys today.
And you would know. Because playing in this match, I think I saw a few comments requesting this. We actually have Eric himself playing against another member of our Balance team, Colin. You can see in the west of the map here. Sorry. That's the east of the map. In the east of the map, Colin, he's playing in the red, and he's playing as the Rus. And we have Eric playing in the blue, and he's going to be playing over to the west there as the Delhi Sultanate.
Yeah, and as the Delhi, there's some interesting things going on here. So you'll see I went right for the berries at the very beginning of the game because there's a bonus to A, the berry gathering speed, and then B, you can actually see around the berries, those little white picket fences. You actually get extra berries in each of the patches if they're near a mill. So there's like 500 berries in there instead of just the normal 250. So they last longer and you gather faster, so it's really good getting out there and getting those berries early. Another interesting thing you'll see, I already have the mosque down, so this is they can actually build their religious sort of research and unit producing thing at the very beginning of the game, whereas other civs have to wait till the castle age. So it's like a really accelerated, a really new thing. And you might be wondering, what could you do with this building so early in the game, right? So all of the Delhi's research is free, and you instead sort of are paying for it by having your scholars research these technologies. So the more scholars that you have, the faster everything researches. And right at the beginning here, there's quite a few options for what you'd like to research. And I have decided to go for Sanctity first, because that allows capture of the sacred sites, which normally generate gold, and with this tech, double the gold. So
200 gold per minute.
Yeah, so that's quite nice. So that's my main focus at the very beginning of the game, is I want to go out there and capture those sites and get all that bonus gold.
I'm wondering if you were going to lose your scouts to Colin's town center, but you got away. You got away.
I had a lot of sheep, so I'm glad, man. That was a bit risky.
So you've actually queued up all 4 techs here. Obviously, Sanctity, allowing you to capture the sacred sites really early on. You've also queued up Efficient Production, which allows your scholars to garrison inside of production buildings and increase their production speed. So Delhi kind of has some options here in the early game to sort of get out on the map and
exactly
be proactive, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, so you're kind of picking, do you want to be like aggressive or defensive, and it also combines really interesting because they're, that
close one.
scout,
Close
he's got
shave.
19 health, and he's got all those sheep with him too, so he really needs to get back and drop them off.
Yeah.
And the sheep, I really don't want them to fall into the Rus's hand because of the bounty mechanic, right?
Yeah, so Rus then, Colin, he's playing here as the Rus, and they are a really strong cavalry civilization, but as you mentioned, also really good hunters, and you can see he's got this like golden glow in all of his villagers, and that's because Colin has been raising his bounty, his hunting bounty. He's already got tier 1. This is a 3-tiered system, so the more animals you kill, the more bounty you get, and that will increase your harvest rate of food, as well as increasing the amount of gold that hunting cabins will generate. He's got he doesn't actually have a hunting cabin. Oh, he does, sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's not where you normally expect it, because this is a different map, right? This all-time map. It actually has deer that spawn right next to your base, basically. So he wanted to immediately start harvesting those deer, and
he's getting 2 gold a minute from this tree. This one tree.
That tree is a hero.
This is a unique Rus building. It actually allows them to generate gold based on how many trees are in this circle. So
or tree.
He's not generating much gold. But it also acts as their mill, so that's why he's put it here. And he's actually gathering from the deer. As you said, they're right next to the town center. But he also gets gold every time he kills a deer too. So he's really getting a lot of value out of this, and advancing up to the next stage with the Golden Gate, which is his first landmark choice. And this is a really powerful market, essentially. It allows him to trade at a profit every single time. So Colin's opening here pretty quick, but also very versatile. And you're already in the feudal age, Eric.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, so that's one of the nice things about that berry bonus is you can usually age up pretty quickly early on, because you build the mill right next to the berries, so you eliminate all the travel time, right? So you don't have to walk all the way out to the deer. So you get out there, you get those berries, you can age up. And you can see I've already got that scholar. He's headed out to the middle of the map because I just completed the sanctity tech, and now I want to take this sacred site and start generating gold.
Yeah, and that's positioned right in the center here, so you can grab that.
Very conveniently located right next to my base. And you can see I built this barracks pretty early too, because I wanted to make sure that he would be safe. So I've got troops going out there to defend him. And once I take this, then I'm going to try to move on and take the next one if I can.
Yeah, I wonder if you found it already. I guess you have found it.
Down
here in the south, so you know it's there.
Yep.
But I mean, this is kind of cool because it means that Colin has to react to you. You're the one sort of taking control of the game. You can see it's also generating the gold as well, 66 gold.
Nice.
That's going to keep ticking up, really adding to the bank. And Colin, what is he actually doing at the moment? It looks like he is actually on stone.
Yeah.
So maybe just looking for a second town center here quite quickly, expanding. You can actually add a town center in the feudal age in Age of Empires 4. So I'm surprised he's not really responding to this yet, but maybe all in good time.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got lucky that he was going for the expansion build so that he couldn't pressure me at all, but we're kind of both building up our economy, but in different ways, right? So he's going to be adding on extra villagers, but I'm going to be getting the extra gold from having these sacred sites. So it's a matter of who can, sort of get the most out of this economic bonuses that they've collected.
I like that. Once you've captured the sacred site, you're putting the scholar back into the
I'm like,
the
go,
mosque.
get back to work. We got research to do.
Yeah, and the way this works is quite cool. So you see this little golden glowing area. These are the buildings that are in the influence of this mosque. And any research which is completed inside of these buildings, they will have the reduced research time because of these scholars in this mosque here.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to add quite a lot of scholars to reduce those techs to be like a normal time.
Yeah.
So it's quite an investment, but of course they're free.
Yeah,
so,
right?
Like everything just free. But it does take quite some time, and you need to build up that scholar count throughout the game. You also went for the Dome of Faith. What made you choose that landmark here?
Well, I knew I was wanting to get out and capture these sacred sites, so it would be requiring scholars early. So
Oh no!
yeah,
Oh no!
yeah, that guy was a real
You're helpless
problem.
scholar.
He's just standing there taking it, right? The wolf's behind. He doesn't even turn around to face the wolf. He's just hanging out, just letting it happen.
I think you're gonna capture this anyway. There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I was like, priorities. We got to get this. We got to get the gold rolling, and I've got.
Oh wow! You found his expansion.
Yeah, I found it. I found it like a little bit too late though, because he was already
Yeah.
he was power building it.
You
so
couldn't deny it at all.
yeah, I did some damage to the workers, and I delayed it a little bit, but I ended up losing 2 spearmen to do it, so it like wasn't really a great trade for me. And then I got kind of distracted, I think, dealing with that wolf. Like I sent a spearman over there to take care of him, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
there
go.
we go.
All right. Oh,
I think
run,
your
run,
monk's still
buddy,
gonna
run.
die, right?
He's got
is he
6
still?
health.
Is he gonna survive? Does he die? Does he? Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. Whew. He had one hit left from the wolf. Ooh.
Saved it.
Yeah, I sent a cav over there too. I was freaking out, man. I was like, no,
Don't
save
wanna
my
lose it.
scholar.
He can go back and get healed up, or he can go. I guess you'll have to build another mosque because they can only hold 3 scholars. But,
Yeah, put him in
Yeah.
there, and then he
Yeah.
won't be attackable anymore. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So Colin really going for this big like eco expansion play. He's got his second town center down now, and he's going for some archers. I guess he saw you opened with spearmen. He's reacted. Sort of rock paper scissors system means
Totally.
that archers counter spearmen very effectively. Spearmen counter cavalry. Cavalry counter archers. So on. But yeah, I think Colin at this point is really just building up that eco, and he's kind of letting you take the sacred sites. But that gives you this opportunity now to actually wall
fight
down
more
here
wolves.
if you can kill the wolf.
I think that wolf ruined my walling, because this wall, he just stands there and he doesn't complete it because he started and then he had to fight the
Had to
wolf,
fight
and
the
then
wolf,
and then he
yeah.
got distracted, and I was too busy dealing with Colin, because you see, look, he's coming in here to take the sacred site now because he's got archers, and all I have is spears defending, right? So I just can't fight that at all. I have to run away. The scout's not usually a high damage unit because he's Rus, right? He can build them from the hunting cabin, and they're really good at running around the map and getting him a whole bunch of bounty.
Yeah.
So here I realize I'm just ignore those scouts, right? I was like, I don't care about them. They're low damage. They have
Kill
a lot
the
of health.
archers,
Kill the
right?
archers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm trying to focus on these archers, and I got my archer and spear. Yeah, run up there to kill his archers. And I'm just trying to hold the sacred site for as long as I possibly can and get that gold.
Yeah, it's giving you value, and it is a timer that Colin now has to deal with, right? If you hold this for 10 minutes, you win the game.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
he can't afford to sit back and boom forever, but he does have some time, and with that increased sort of economic production that he's got with the second town center, he's starting to add some stables now. He's actually adding the early knight, so the Rus is one of the 2 civilizations that can build the knight in the feudal age, and given that you have got a number of archers here, this seems like a pretty potent combination. Now, Colin can take this sacred site from you without being able to capture it back himself. All he has to do is stand here, and
Exactly.
he can deny the capture.
And with that knight and that ton of archers, I'm starting to get pretty nervous about holding the sacred site for longer. I was able to complete. I have my spearman upgrade done now, so
That's hard.
yeah, the hardened spearman. It takes a while with Delhi, right? Because you have to wait for the scholars.
Yeah.
So it was nice that it was a free research, but I don't have very many spearmen because I had to spend so much time getting that research completed.
Yeah.
And now he's thrown down the
Ooh, I like
extra.
this.
Yeah, he's thrown down those extra stables, and he's been cranking out from those archery ranges. So he's got like quite a big army going here, and it's much bigger than mine, so I kind of realize here, like, oh, I can't deal with this.
Can't hold it. But this is Wooden Fortress from Colin here, kind of backing him up. He's going to push forward now, and it looks like he'll send you back to.
Yep,
to
yeah.
your base
He's
at this
too much
point.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm packing out of there.
Yeah, so he'll decap the sacred site, I assume. But yeah, the Wooden Fortress. This is another one of those unique Rus buildings. It actually can influence lumber camps so that they can generate more wood, essentially.
Yeah,
but
it's
it also
nice.
doubles up as a tower. The clue is in the name. It is a fortress, wooden fortress.
Oh, okay, I see.
So he's building this aggressively, and the nice thing about this is it has a couple of unique upgrades on it as well. You can also get both of the emplacements, so you can get arrow slits and a springhold.
Yeah.
And the castle turret, which increases the arrows, and the castle watch for extra vision. So
A lot of cool upgrades
once
there.
he piles all these upgrades on here, like it's really going to be like a powerful thing in the center of the map at this stage of the game.
Totally.
I like this though. He's using his mobility as cavalry. He's coming down south. I'm assuming he wants to try and take this sacred site now.
Yeah, and I saw those cav coming, so that one spearman, I was like, quick, block it off, block it off.
And actually, that's a cool thing about the Delhi, right? They can actually build with the spearmen. We're kind of seeing that earlier, but we get to see it in action now. The infantry units can build these defenses.
Yeah, and so yeah, and actually the stone wall, right, and the stone gate is... Oh, come on, finish it!
He's
no,
in.
he's stuck in!
The bastion wasn't finished.
Oh, it was one piece away.
That's so close.
Yeah, if I had just gotten that a little bit faster, I could have held this...
Yeah, because that's not a way through here, actually. You had to go all the way here. Oh, wow.
And in fact, I think these cavalry might now actually be trapped and they have to run all the way around.
Can they not come out of here?
Because I started.
Oh, you started building
it after some got in.
Oh, wow. So he's actually going to have to go through here and then he can't get over here. He's going to have to come all the way back here and then around back to the back of his base. That's brilliant.
So I think that might have helped me because I try to attack him later. But so basically the reason he was able to take that holy site in the middle is because I didn't have as many troops and stuff, is because I was trying to tech up. I was going to Age 3, I was Castle Age, I wanted to get some of these more powerful units, and also I get free research, so the sooner I get to Age 3, I can start working on all those free researches, which is really powerful.
You're also actually going into Man-at-Arms right now, which is an Age 3 unit, and from the archery range, I see a Tower War Elephant coming out. I'm loving this.
And, here's a huge fight. He's got a ton of archers, and that's like really the bulk of his army, because like we were saying, right, all that cavalry is stuck back there. So that's why I was able to push in here and like do some pretty good damage. But he falls back to these wooden fortresses, right? And he's got a ton of archers in both of them, right? So
he's doing so much damage.
Yeah, and he looks like he's upgraded them. He's got like some arrow slits.
He's got arrow slits here. He's doing arrow slits on this one.
Yeah. So it was just two wooden fortresses is pretty chunky, right? Because they have 2,000 health. They're tough to get through. So I was like, can't break it yet, but I am trying to get the elephants up because the elephants have really good siege damage with their tusks. They knock down the buildings. In addition to that, there's two types of elephants, right? So this is the Tower War Elephant, which you can see has 4 ranged armor. So it is extremely effective against archers, which is, as you saw, the bulk of his army. So I was trying to focus on getting a bunch of Tower War Elephants out as fast as I could to deal with his archer army.
And, I mean, not just 4 armor, but 960 health as well.
Yeah, man,
These things
it's a
are
big
really
dude.
powerful.
And they cost a ton of gold.
Yeah.
They cost 600 gold, which was convenient because since I was sitting on all those holy sites, I was just building up my gold. And there's not actually a lot of ways to spend your gold in the feudal age, right?
As the Sultanate, when your tech is free,
the
like majority of tech
gold,
is gold
exactly.
cost, right? Yeah.
So I got up there, I got the elephant, so I started feeling pretty good once I had like the second elephant out, because they hit pretty hard too, right?
Yeah, and they've got the 2 archers on the back, which are doing 15 damage each, which is a lot.
Yeah, they fire fast too.
And the elephant itself can actually do the siege damage with the tusks as well, so it's a pretty cool unit. And
the drawback is that it's slow, right?
Yeah.
But we're fighting right outside my base, right? So I didn't really have too much of a downside here. And I've also mixed in a couple knights just to really deal with this exclusive, like archer army. And he knows he's running. He's like, it's like, why are there so many elephants? What? I didn't sign up for this.
Nice. So you've taken out, you've pushed him back. I guess you could even double back and start taking out these outposts now as well, fortresses.
Yeah, I was trying to get in here and just do a bunch of damage.
But at the same time, the cavalry comes in.
Literally, the cavalry is here.
That is gonna hurt.
And I was so focused on the towers attacking me in the middle and going to his base. I didn't even see that raid. So he killed a lot of villagers. That was a real devastating blow.
Yeah, you're at 39 vills right now, actually, which is pretty painful.
Oh yeah, it was really painful.
And Colin is at 74. My goodness, but you've got elephants in his base.
Yeah, I have elephants in his base, and he doesn't have a lot back here, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
a
trying
lot of
to...
idle villagers. I mean, he might have more villagers, but a lot of them are not working.
Yeah,
so.
He's got 16 garrisoned in there, and he had so many garrisoned, I actually decided to leave the capital town center and go for that expansion. Yeah.
Nice, and he's, again, garrisoned in here, but the expansion town center can only hold 10
Exactly.
units.
And look how many extra villagers he has, right?
Oh, no.
And he can't fit them all in
there. These
there.
guys are going to get picked off.
Yep, so I'm going for these.
Oh, no. He's got to run back.
Yeah, there's nowhere else to go, right?
He's going to lose so much.
And the elephants, they fire while they move, right? So my elephants are chasing his villagers, basically.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not quickly, but they're chasing.
But this is nice. Colin's actually adding in some crossbowmen now.
Yeah, crossbowmen do much better because they have a higher base damage, so they do pretty well against the elephants, right?
Yeah. And they get a bonus against heavy, so they'll be more effective against your knights, and I saw you added some men-at-arms as well.
Yep.
But yeah, these things are so tanky, and the nice thing for you, I guess, here is if you can keep these alive, you can pull out a scholar from a mosque and heal them up as well.
Oh, totally. And then, of course, the downside is their movement speed, right? So, yeah, I'm like running around, getting a bunch of kills and stuff, which is pretty good, but it's hard to effectively retreat with elephants, right?
Yeah.
That's not really their strong suit.
And he's kind of blocked your retreat
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
I mean,
totally.
this is kind of quite confidence from Colin. Like, you know what? I want him to stay in my
Right?
base.
Are you sure about this? Do you know what's happening?
Well, you have a lot of siege damage on these, so I guess you could bust your way out.
Yeah, but the Rus have the fortified palisade wall, right? So
Yeah.
it's got 3,000 health instead of just 1,500, so it takes a long time to get through that.
Oh, and that was really nice as well. He made a warrior monk from his age 3 landmark, the Abbey of the Trinity, and he got that buff on all of his units as well.
Yeah, the extra damage is big, and now his stables, he produced a couple of horsemen, which do quite well against the elephants, actually. They get their bonus damage against ranged units, and this counts as a ranged unit, so... as well as having the extra, like really high health. Mixing in the light cav against the Tower War Elephant really helped, and then I get to this point where I can't retreat, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna try to kill as many as I can, right?
And you kill a lot. I think you've
Yeah.
more than gotten the value out of these elephants so
I'm
far.
definitely happy with that.
Absolutely. In the center of the map, I see you've made a non-Tower War Elephant, a regular War Elephant. These have even more health, more armor as well, but of course they're lacking that ranged advantage.
Yeah,
But they also
exactly.
have a spearman on top, so they're more suited at dealing with cavalry, whereas the Tower Elephant is more suited at dealing with like archery.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And he's playing the Rus, which is, as we mentioned at the beginning, a really good cavalry civ, right?
Right,
So
absolutely.
I definitely wanted to try to mix in a few Tower War Elephants. And they have the extra health, too, so I figured they'd be good at taking out these towers, and
Totally.
lo and behold, I'm able to take them out.
Yeah, nice. So you've regained the center of the map here. You've both traded quite a lot of economy with each other, although I think Colin may still be a little ahead there.
Yeah, because he's got the double town center, so that
Yeah.
really helped him being able to get back into the
Oh,
camp there.
oh, and he's
yeah,
got a
yeah.
Is he trying to convert
Yeah,
you?
he's trying to
Yes, he
convert.
is.
Look, he just runs in and converts, and I was like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Wow, that was close actually.
Right?
That was
Right?
really close.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do here. I was like,
Yeah.
do I run away? And I was like, well, he was really fast, because he has the warrior monk is
Yeah.
faster than normal. So he runs up really close to my army. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, the warrior monk is unique to the Rus. It's a mounted monk, as we've already seen, but it is so effective at getting in there and pulling off a conversion because of that extra mobility, right?
So
How you're gonna get him
here,
back?
I'm trying to counter convert, but he's got so many crossbows in here, right?
Yeah, you can't get too close.
Yeah, he'll just focus fire them, right?
Oh,
so,
you got another one.
yeah.
Nice.
Well, I figured I had the relics, so I just used them more as kind of like a zoning tool.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to like buy my army some time and kind of make them like retreat a little bit. So yeah, I didn't think I wasn't confident that I could, actually get to capture a bunch of his armies, but I did, I pushed him off with it basically, and I was able to then immediately put those into the mosque and start generating gold.
Most of his army here is ranged. He doesn't actually have a lot of siege capability, so even if he'd have stuck around, he wouldn't really have been doing much damage to your infrastructure.
Exactly.
And you had the defender's advantage in that position, so you're able to reinforce from these buildings.
And actually, it's pretty dangerous too running away from the tower elephants because they're ripping you with arrows the whole time you're running away. So yeah, he actually picked the perfect time to retreat there because that elephant just popped out.
Yeah. But let's talk about the warrior monk a bit more as well. We talk about the buff. So essentially, when the warrior monk attacks, it inspires its nearby units, and they get more armor and damage. And the cool thing about the warrior monk, we were saying before about how the scholar, you were scared of getting close to those crossbowmen because it could get picked off so easily.
Yeah, it's pretty low health.
Yeah, well, the warrior monk has a lot of health. It's kind
it
of
could
like...
take some hits,
Yeah, and they get more upgrades as well because it will be affected by the biology tech. It will be affected by Boyar's Fortitude, which is a unique Rus tech which improves cavalry health, and even by Piety in here, which has increased the religious units' health as well. So these things can get pretty tanky, which is awesome, and it really, I guess, makes the monk play feel very different when you're playing as the Rus.
Totally. The move speed is huge too. Like he was able to just zip up there, grab the relic, and deposit it. And like monks, he's able to heal, right? So his whole army is full health now because he had
Yeah.
these monks in here, which is really nice. And yeah, now he's building a keep here, which is super annoying because I want to hold the sacred site for as long as I can to get all that gold income.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty nasty, and you know, kind of pushing uphill as well. You know, in Age of Empires 4, there's not like a bonus damage from being on the hill, but there is a vision penalty if you're looking uphill.
Yep.
And so the vision game is going to be a little tough as you're pushing up here.
Yep.
As that's right outside of your base. But I see you've got a Mangonel. I think that's a great decision, actually. You know, he's got a lot of ranged units, which are pretty low health. They're usually clumped up.
Yep,
So
yep.
a Mangonel's a great answer to that. And really, you know, it's a bit deceptive because it doesn't look like you have a large army, but these elephants,
that's
they're like
1,000
units
resources
each.
each. Yeah, like depending on the unit, right? That's actually, you know, basically like 10 archers, right? So it's yeah, it looks small, but it's actually pretty powerful.
And you've got the Scholar move speed upgrade.
Oh,
yeah,
that is a fun upgrade, man. I really like that one.
The Sultanate have some speedy scholars
Yeah,
like,
they're
running around.
fast.
I love it.
Which is pretty good with conversions, right? You can get in. So I had the same idea of Colin here of I want to be able to take this site and I want the backup arrow fire going while I'm fighting there. So we both had the exact same idea. There's a key strategic location, we want to take it. And he's actually captured it now because he's got the warrior monks. We're in Age 3, he takes it away.
And that's interesting because you never finished this wall down here. So, I mean, Colin could come in and take this one and lock you out of this. And then, you know, the fight for the middle of the map just becomes even more important.
Totally.
Because it is, on this map at least, like it really does feel like a win condition.
Yeah, because if you can hold that one, the other one's not too bad, right? And you can just kind of focus the enemy there, and if they're not defending that, you can go in there and kill their base.
Totally. So a little bit of tension here now, as Colin does have that sacred site in the center. You've got the keep. You've both got the keep.
Yep.
Bit of a standoff. What is next? I mean, if you can get up to the Imperial Age now and get some cannon, that would be great. But there's a lot of army here.
Yeah, he has a huge army. I don't feel comfortable trying to attack him at this point. I do have a ton of gold, so I'm cranking out those tower elephants because they cast a lot of gold. And I feel like I have to fight this, right? Like I have to fight. And my Mangonel though is just doing splash damage to all these crossbows. So I'm taking out the crossbows really effectively. I've got scholars here that are healing the elephant. And my keep is actually shooting some of these like reinforcements he has streaming in.
Yeah, that's awesome. That actually looks like that's pretty good for you. I mean, if you can keep these elephants alive, they're doing so much damage. But it looks like Colin just has overwhelming numbers at this point.
Yeah.
He's got so many horse archers here.
Yeah, which is an interesting unit to build. What do you think of this unit choice here from Colin?
Yeah, so the horse archer is kind of like bit different, really. Like it's a mounted archer, so it's got the mobility, but it's also got really good damage, 13 damage.
Yeah.
So it's much less affected by the armor of the elephant. Like, compared
exactly.
To you know, and he's got the crossbows mixed in as well, so it's pretty potent. And of course, they benefit from those extra upgrades that the Rus have for their cavalry too, with the health. So I don't know. I mean, you're just cranking out more elephants at this point, and I feel like that's kind of keeping you in it at this stage. You've traded off like so many units against each other.
Yeah, look,
it's
and in
pretty
fact, those two elephants just mopped up the rest of his army, right? Like he had to run away and get out of there. So yeah. The horse archers are much better than the archers because you're saying the really high base damage, and then the mobility too, right? He's able to sneak in here and start killing villagers, which is tough because I was behind on villager count from that raid, and I finally built this town center, and I'm starting to catch back up a little bit, and he's like, nope, stay back down there, buddy.
Stay down. And I mean, you've got a lot of eco down here, which is a little unprotected as well. I mean, it feels kind of safe because you're behind the cliffs, and it's not very easy to get down here, but
I was hoping that, yes.
Yeah.
He just runs back there. I was like, oh god, no!
Get out!
Stop raiding me.
Actually, he just walked straight past you, so you
yeah,
got out.
I did have some horsemen and stuff like kind of chasing him around. So I think he was kind of worried running out of there, and he wanted to focus on the defense of this keep here.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, these tower elephants have really been critical, I think, to your success so far in this game, and in keeping Colin, at arm's length, let's say. He's not really been able to strike too hard yet. But yeah, fighting for this holy sacred site in the center of the map, super important. Even though these have a lot of health, and even though they have a lot of armor, you still don't really want to push into the keep, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely, because it takes a long time to wipe that out, and his whole army can be fighting me. So I've got to back up here, and I want to try to heal up my elephants. But all my scholars are busy doing research right now, so I'm trying to get a bunch more elephants and some more mangonels.
That's a nice tech. You've got honed blades coming in. This is actually one of the unique techs from the House of Learning, which is one of the 2 choices as you go up to the Castle Age. I like this one because it gives you a lot of unique techs which can really help. In this case, 3 extra damage on men-at-arms and knights. Like, it's really just going to help to bolster your value, but you don't really have men-at-arms and knights yet. So what's kind of cool is that when you're playing as the Sultanate, because the tech is free, you can always research them anyway.
Yeah.
And then if you ever need to make a tech switch, you're ready to go, right?
Yeah. And
oh, look at this.
Yes. I'm like, oh, how do I deal with this? So I have a lot of elephants, and because they fire while moving, I'm basically just trying to get them to get a bunch of shots off. And I'm trying to like bait him into my keep as well at the same time. So if he runs in here too far, I've got the keep wailing on him.
And you've got the mangonel set up too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then that scholar there, it's healing the elephants too. So the few hits I'm taking, I'm able to heal up. So I feel like this is a pretty good situation for me. But he has a huge army, right?
Yeah, it's
Look
massive.
at all those horsemen, and he's figured out he's got a ton of horsemen because he knows that'll do extra damage to the elephants.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to not get surrounded here basically with all these horsemen. So I'm gonna keep my elephants moving, and also now I'm trying to like repair this keep at the same time, right? Because he's got 2 trebs and it's getting really low, right?
Yeah, and having the warrior monks in here is awesome because it's just buffing his army up so much.
Yep.
He's getting an extra armor and 2 damage as well, and everything is going to matter in this fight. I feel like this is so critical. That's a huge mangonel shot to pack.
Oh
my
that
goodness!
Damage.
If you get another one of those off, he's going to lose so many crossbows.
Right,
He's getting so much damage from the crossbows, actually.
Oh, that was that was a
Oh,
big
there's
hit.
another one too.
Oh, that was devastating. Oh, great hit.
Oh my goodness.
So because that hit landed,
He had to
he's
go
like,
back.
oh, I got to get out of
Yeah.
here, right? So then I'm like, oh, this is my opportunity now. Right, look at the keep. Look how
so
low
close
the
to
keep
death.
is.
Oh, wow.
It's got 300
One more
health.
volley and it's gone, but this elephants can get in here, get on top of the trebs, and you pushed him right back.
Look at this Treb trying to retreat. And then he's like, no, it's almost dead. Let me turn around. And hit it again. I was like, oh, I'm trying to repair. He's down to 600 health. So he's like comes in here with a second wave, so I have to move the mangonels up, and then I go for these cross. Yeah, okay, so I got a couple hits.
Nice.
But he sort of moved forward, and I actually ended up missing quite a bit of them. And he's got so many horsemen now, right? His horsemen are able to burn these mangonels down really fast, and then they're coming for the elephant after that, right? So I am really good that I positioned that keep right there, right? Because it's doing a ton of damage. So look, I kill. Wow. Yeah, I clean up. I clean up all of these guys. Yeah.
Wow. That's nail-bitingly close. The Treb is still
it's
going.
It's still
though.
back there wailing on me, right? But I have enough guys repairing, right? I'm actually like able to keep pace with it.
Wow. I mean, that's like a really fascinating fight in the middle. He's really kind of forcing the issue with the trebuchet.
Yeah.
But every time he gets too close, the elephants are so effective. You've got your key back up as well. And now, he's lost all of his cav. He really needs to rebuild his cavalry numbers, because if he just goes in there with the crossbows, he'll get decimated by
that's not going
mangonels
to be
and
enough.
keeps and talent.
And I actually started adding some horsemen in here as well, too, because I saw, he's been going really hard with the ranged units. I know he has a lot of archery ranges, and he wants to keep producing from them.
Yeah.
So I actually added on some extra stables to be able to produce more horsemen.
Oh, and you got a little raid in the back too. I actually wanted to just check it down in the south here. I saw you were moving some villagers out, and Colin caught some with the horse archers.
Yep.
It looks like you're trying to maybe build something on this gold down here, but I think Colin's there first.
Yep. Well, I realized, I used up my first gold deposit, and I know Colin was on the left one there. So I was like, oh, the right one's probably open. Well, that was a bad choice, because this one's completely open, and this one's got 2 wooden fortresses, a keep,
And now a keep.
and he's walled it off, right? So he's like completely locked this area down, which is really smart, because that also gives him access to that holy site, right? So there's no way I can take the holy site on that side either.
Yeah, that's really good, actually. And yeah, I like this. I mean, it shows that gold scarcity really starts to become an issue as you go later into the game.
Absolutely.
You've really got to think about positioning on the map, where you're going to get your gold from for the next, 10, 20 minutes or however long. And Colin has great gold control right now.
Yeah, he's got both the big golds on the map, so he's looking in like a very dominant position right now.
Fortunately for you do have 3 relics though,
yeah,
which is good. But your natural gold is going to run out. Look at this.
Yeah, I really wanted gold, so I spent like a lot of guys.
Colin though just reached the Imperial Age, and
I was not happy to see that.
yeah,
I was like, oh no.
He went up with the Spaskaya Tower over here. So this thing comes with all the upgrades.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
It's got boiling oil on it. It's got the springald. It's got the cannon. Not sure about the placement, to be honest. I guess he just wants to stop you from getting in, and because he's kind of open here, he doesn't want you to come in and raid, maybe.
Yeah.
But and maybe he didn't really have much space to double down on the middle. But I mean, imagine if he could sneak it up over here or something.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
like right outside my. Yeah. Well, it's like some of it's like a little risk versus reward, right?
Risk reward for sure.
This I built these 2 because this trebuchet has been
still
attacking
going.
my keep for like 5
no.
minutes, right? I'm so annoyed at this trebuchet. So I built those springles to try to snipe it, and he just ran up and killed it with his cav, and I was like, oh.
I see you're making rams now, though. So I'm sensing that you really want to push this keep and take this
exactly,
position. Yeah.
exactly. Because I know if I can get that sacred side back and start generating some more gold, like he's got the gold control. And I got a nice raid on these villagers here. I killed a whole bunch. But they get the wooden fortress up and they can garrison in there, and then I can't do anything about it, right?
That'll save the day.
Yep.
Yeah. And maybe a little overreaction, but certainly worth keeping your gold safe if you can.
Because he knows he doesn't have a keep there, and he's afraid I'm gonna send more guys there, right?
But that means that now he's not defending his trebuchet.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I kind of used that as a distraction, right? And then I was like, all right, time to get in here and do a whole bunch of damage. So I think this is when the Rams go in, right?
I don't know. I've not seen this game. Do they? They do.
Yeah. So I send the Rams in. This trap, finally, yes.
You finally got it.
I got it. And then I realized he's got cannons in the back too. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, I'm in trouble here.
I mean, looks like you're gonna get this keep though, by the looks of things. The boiling oil's going off, so he's doing good damage against your units. So I see you're moving them out. Which is pretty
I
smart.
want to get away from the burning oil, but the Rams only take 1 damage per hit, right? Because they have so much armor. So they're doing great against the keep. And the cav, I want to run up here because I see his army, right? And he's got a bunch of crossbows.
Oh, he's got so much cavalry here,
Yeah.
right into your spearmen.
Right?
That's gonna feel good.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. But then he realizes, right, and he's able to run past. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
huge.
Yep. Look at these crossbows. They're so close to dead. 1 more hit, but he runs in and takes out both the mangonels with his horsemen. So he did a great job of sort of like
coming around.
Yeah, he ran those
getting the
horsemen
flank,
up there. Yeah, and then ran around. Yeah,
Using
yeah.
the stealth as well a little bit, right? Because you can't see in there.
Exactly.
So you don't know exactly where he is necessarily.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so now my spearmen are just like run around the cav are like, all right, I'm out of here, dude.
You do have Force March, which is a unique tech for the Sultanate, which allows them to tell their infantry to get a move on.
Yeah, it's perfect for repositioning when you're dealing with those cav. And he tried to run in and stop this last ram and burn it down, but he didn't get there in time. I finished off the keep. Oh, felt
Finally,
so good.
yes.
So good taking that.
You can take the holy sacred site
Yeah,
back.
I can take the sacred site. And now I realize, like, we just had an engagement, and while his cav did kill my siege weapons, he lost a lot of cav doing that, right?
Huge amount, yeah.
So now I've got a huge army. I'm almost at 200 supply. I'm almost maxed. So I was like, this is my time, man. I gotta get in here.
And actually, these cavalry, they're still only veterans, so he might be in the Imperial Age, but he's actually lacking both of his Imperial Age upgrades.
Yeah, it's expensive to get all that stuff, right?
And I guess that's because he's going into Streltsy. So this is one of the other unique Rus units. They have a few. The Streltsy is the hand cannon type unit, but it's unique to the Rus, and they get stronger as they stay stationary. They cost quite a lot of gold, so I guess that's where he's diverting his gold now into the big power spike that the Streltsy provide. And as you're coming in here, you're kind of getting funneled between these
this was a
buildings.
great fight for him because my units were not able to attack, and he had those cannons in the back too. The cannons hit so hard, so they kill the elephants quite quickly. So he killed a lot of elephants here, and I'm just trying to push in, but I've lost like 30 of my supply already, and so I'm just trying to rally everything in my base. I was like, this is the push. Like if I can win this, I can win the game.
you can take out his production buildings, maybe, stem the flow of the Streltsy.
And elephants do good damage, so like I'm feeling pretty good, and like the range damage is pretty good on them too, right? And I've got 2 mangonels, which is not bad. So if I can land some big hits on the Strelsky, I can kill them before they're able to take me out.
And oh wow, Colin,
Colin, why?
Look at this.
No, I'm freaking out here. Look how many guys he's got.
You're trying to get the villagers to fight. Oh, you're pulling the bills.
Look at that. Look,
2 arms.
And I was like, do I kill the villagers? Do I keep? Like, what do I do here? I don't know.
You have a mangonel. Oh.
So I decide I can't kill the villagers in time. I can't kill the villagers. So I focus. I have 60 villagers. 60 villagers.
Oh, wow.
And he's got
boiling oil.
Yeah, he's got boiling oil. So you see it there.
No.
Look at all that damage. The villagers just get pasted. Oh, it hurts so much. And they're just fired. They're killing villagers.
You would love for me to move the camera away from
No.
this right now.
No.
You would love for me to look away.
This is victory right here. Look, the boiling oil fires again.
You actually get it.
I get it.
So close.
Yes, there were massive casualties, but I took it out.
60 villagers versus 1 keep. Who wins? That's hilarious. But on the other side, I mean, Colin's got a good number of Streltsy right now.
He's got so many Streltsy.
22 Streltsy.
And they do great against elephants because they just hit real hard. And he's
horseman too.
Yeah, and he's getting some of this static deployment bonus too, so he's doing extra damage at the same time.
Yeah.
And I knew this was going to be a drawn-out fight, so I actually like started building some towers and stuff here as some backup fire, but it was not enough. He just had too many Strelskys and he overwhelmed me.
And now, I mean, your economy's been disrupted quite a lot over here. I'm kind of concerned about your access to gold. Looking at your resources, you've got 300 per minute coming in from those 3 relics. I mean, thankfully you have the relics.
I needed that, yep.
But there's
and
no
I take
other gold income.
I do take the sacred site here, right? I've got the.
I guess you will take this one.
I was trying to. Oh, I think I moved it out maybe to like heal the elephants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took it away from him, but I needed to get it for myself so I could get the extra gold income, right?
Yeah. So it's looking a little bit dicey for you. I guess you have got a lot of stone. You could consider adding more keeps.
Yep.
And there's no access to gold. Let's hoover up the stone while we can. But even wood's starting to run low here. I see you've got no wood left over here. You've kind of taken all the wood here as well. So like access to resources now is starting to become a problem.
Mm-hmm. And since my guys can't gather gold, I'm like, well, I'm mainly on food here. So I start throwing down a huge number of stables, right? So my plan is to just make a ton of horsemen.
Yep.
I know he's on Strelsky, so horsemen are going to do bonus damage to them.
Yep.
And I got the elephant backup, and I got some healing with the monks. So that's my plan to try to deal with this
Tons
army.
of farms coming down because you don't have to pay to replenish farms in this game. So once you've got them, it's infinite food. This one just like spontaneously combusted.
Yeah,
oh,
I
wait,
didn't realize this fast guy at tower starts wailing on me.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I mean, Colin's getting up to a critical mass though, right?
Yep,
Like he's nearly at 200 supply. He's got a lot of Streltsy. He's got the warrior monks. He's got the elite horsemen in
he's
here
got his
as well
upgrades
now.
here. Yep, he's looking really good, and he's
Decent
got
upgrades.
cannons to back him up too. So yeah, he's got a primo army here.
I love this. He's nearly mined out this gold. One thing I'd say though, and I don't know if Colin's trading, but he is trading.
He is.
Okay, I was gonna say like trading here would be great if you could get a market
Yeah,
here. You could trade with this trade site along the back. It looks like Colin's got a couple of markets up, so he's kind of
Perfect positioning with those two. Really like that play from him.
like he's kind of getting ahead of that scarcity issue that's going to happen soon. But of course, it happened to you so much sooner that you kind of didn't really have the time to build up the trade route.
Yeah,
you needed the military
exactly.
to contest the center of the map at that point. But
So-
this is a
He's
scary
got a big,
army, Eric.
He's got a really big army coming in
And
here.
he's going in deep.
yeah, right. And I've got a bunch of rams here. I'm like, no, get out. Like, what are you doing,
Get out the
rams?
way,
Like,
yeah.
we just gotta fight. So I have a decent, like, I have a bunch of spearmen which can deal with this horseman. In the Strelsky, I'm just hoping the Mangonel can land some really big shots when they're all grouped up and do a bunch of damage.
Yeah, this would be a great time for Colin to use the staggered formation or something. They're really grouped up here, and I think that's going to be a big shot, actually.
Oh,
That's
yeah, that was
pretty
good damage. That was really good damage.
But it's such a big ball of them, and he's kind of backing them up
Yeah,
as well
his
nicely
positioning
here.
is
Yeah.
great. Look, he runs just enough
Really
horsemen
nice.
to flank around. Because that Mangonel, that is how I win that fight, right?
Yeah,
Is that
totally.
Mangonel kills the Strelsky. And then he's got this great concave, right, where all my troops are just bouncing between the building and
Your
all
own buildings.
Yeah, they thwarted me, my
yeah.
own building. So the Strelski are just wiping my army off the map, right? And then
Oh man.
he just cleans it up, one last elephant, right, no problem.
Oh wow, there it is. That's your army like wiped basically, and whoa, I think that's game.
Yep, that was the game.
I think that was it.
Yep, that was GG right there.
GG. Wow, well played, Colin. And
Yeah.
well played you as well. You held them off.
Yeah, I was pretty rusty this game. This was really just supposed to be a practice match, and then we were like, hey, that was a really cool
It was a
game. I
fun
bet
game,
people would like
yeah.
to watch that.
Yeah. We got to see a lot of it, right? Like it showed the strengths and the differences between the civs really well.
Totally.
Which I think is great for a showcase match.
Yeah, and it was really fun fighting back and forth with that holy site, right?
Yeah.
Where like I got it, and then he took it out, he built the towers, and then I killed the towers, and then he built the keep, and then I killed the keep, right? It was really fun fighting back and forth on that spot.
Awesome. Well, it was great to have your perspective and your insight, what was going through your mind while you were playing as well. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game. We'll have a Q&A after this, I believe.
Yeah, great. Sounds good. Thanks so much for watching, guys.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Good.
And we're back. That was such a great match. I died laughing when all of those villagers went towards the keep. It was so funny. It looked awesome too, but like it was so funny. So guys, yeah, what did you think of that match? Let us know in the chat. Although we've been keeping an eye throughout the whole match, so great to see that you guys are super excited about the elements. They looked great, and obviously huge shout out to Zach and Eric for the commentary. So unfortunately, Zach is not able to join us today for the live discussion, but don't worry, we've got Eric, and more Eric.
Oh man, and Eric.
Than anyone
So
wanted.
yeah, exactly. And this is great because Eric, I've been seeing chat like they were giving you some tips, some advice. But I have a question for you: is there was no victory, there was no end screen. What happened there?
Yeah, the screen kind of just went black. I'm not gonna say I pulled my Ethernet cable out or anything like that, but I was definitely pretty done with the game at that point. I was like, no more. I give up. You got me.
Oh, sounds like a little bit of a rage quit there.
Not my finest moment, definitely. I was like, God, if I had just set up some trade, I could have had some extra gold. I could have kept going, but he locked down all the golds on the map, and I just had no chance at that point.
Fair enough. I saw in chat like as we're starting off the stream, there's no way Eric's gonna show a match where he loses.
No.
Someone else called you Eric Bezos. We got some fun advice for you, some fun tips.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. So chat, I'm sure you guys know Eric already, but for anyone who's joining us for the first time, Eric, did you want to introduce yourself to the newcomers?
Yeah, sure. So I am the lead of the balance team. So I have a bunch of just amazing RTS players, and we play the game all day long, and then we talk about the game, we talk about all the different situations that come up, and we identify the problems in the game and the things we want to correct and what kind of cool solutions, and then we have a server where we can test them out and see how they feel.
Very cool. So thanks for joining us again. It's always a pleasure to have you on with us. Yeah, Grant, like, how did you want to do this? I know
Yeah.
that there are a lot of people who asked us questions throughout the week, specifically on the Rus and Delhi Sultanate, but maybe we could also... and Eric was commentating his own game, which was really cool to hear, but if there was anything else that maybe we wanted to hear from Eric.
For sure, yeah. Eric, if there's anything else you want to mention, also, I also, just before we jump into that, have to agree, it was a lot of fun watching you, like, in hindsight, like, describing what you're doing. Even your moment, like, you're like, to Zach, I think this comes in here, Zach's like, I wouldn't know, I didn't watch, I didn't play. You've got, like, the inside edge on this, like, debating what you would have done differently.
Yeah, and I really just love having this replay feature, right? Because then I can see, like, oh, I need to make sure I'm, like, spending my resources more efficiently, and, like, you know, setting up the markets early for that transition when the gold patches run out. So it's a really great way to, like, refine your game and get better.
For sure. Yeah, so we've got a lot of questions, both from social media, whether this be in response to some of the stuff we posted or some of the stuff we found. We do scour, we kind of do look what people are talking about, as well. We've got some stuff from chat. In chat as well. If you're still watching this and you're in chat, let us know if there is something you'd like us to ask Eric. We'll try to grill him as many of these as we can. That said, we do not have a ton of time for the stream. Like, we don't have if we had unlimited time, we would try to answer as much as we possibly can. We still are going to try to answer as much as we can, but we do want to be respectful of time. I know that sounds very corporate, Annie. I remember last time you're like, this sounds so corporate.
I know, it's like, oh, 5 minutes left for the meeting, let's, yeah.
But I feel like game designers, your job's never done. There's always work, so
Yeah.
we don't want to steal you too long.
There were some good ones from Reddit, which I've been scouring a lot these days, so shout out to you guys who's asking some great questions. Maybe let's start with a couple of Rus ones. So, I mean, let's start simple. Like, how does the gold generation of the hunting cabin work?
Oh yeah, awesome, great one. So that's first off, that's instead of having a mill, they have the hunting cabin, and it's really nice because it like trains the scouts. So then the scouts can run around and increase the hunting bounding for you and get gold. And they also are just sort of passively generating gold. And the more trees where you build them, the more gold you'll get. And then also as the hunting bounty increases, that makes it tick faster and you get that gold more frequently. And we made this this kind of nice change too, because we wanted you to, be able to not have this like sort of, like pulling your mental sort of facilities in two ways, where you want to cut down the trees for wood, but then you want to keep them up for the gold. So whatever the gold value is when you put the hunting cabin down, you get that for the whole rest of the game, even if you chop all the trees down.
And going off of that, another kind of high-level question, but how does the Warrior Monk's inspiration work?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because it's a pretty small radius. So you see he's got a nice big weapon. So when he attacks with that, everything around him will get buffed. And it's kind of a small area, so generally it'll just buff the melee units. But you saw in that game, Colin had the Abbey of the Trinity, so there's a special upgrade in there that increases the radius of it. So with that, you can actually upgrade, get that buff to play on like your archers and your backline units too. So it's a really cool upgrade to get for the Rus.
Do we want to go some chat questions, Grant?
Yeah, I do see a follow-up to the hunting cabin asking if there's a cap to its gold production.
So the cap is basically just, sort of like the number of trees that physically can fit in the space. So it's definitely pretty good on maps like Black Forest. And in fact, because Black Forest just has so many trees, right? We did want it to be other civs would get played on that map, and not just everyone was Rus spamming hunting cabins. So there is sort of a global cap across all of your hunting cabins, so that you can't just, sort of be generating like an infinite amount of gold with no workers at all.
Okay. Yeah, and I know chat, they really love the elephants. I'm sure we're going to see a few questions about elephants. Elephants are one of my favorite to play as well. They are crazy powerful. After this question, you're welcome to just expand on elephants if there's anything else you want to talk about. But someone's asking, are they cav type or do they also count as siege?
They count as cavalry units, and they're, as you can see from that game, I really like building elephants, and they fit well into the unit counter system, right? Like rock, paper, scissors. Like there are, plenty of ways to counter the elephants, but I tried to build an army composition that sort of supported the elephants, so that could be sort of like the core power backbone of my army. And then I had other troops, like the spearmen to protect them, because they were really weak from the horsemen, so I had the spearmen to kill the horsemen. And then later on in the game, he got the Strelski, which shoot from range, they do really high damage, and they can kite as well. So he was able to transition to a really strong counter late in the game and kind of just wipe out my whole army with them.
Okay, yeah, because I definitely saw chat asking as well about where elephants fall in the rock, paper, scissors, elephants whole diagram there.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors, elephant. Like obvious, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That just makes sense. So it actually depends on the type of elephant. So we wanted them to sort of have different locations within the sort of context of all the different units. So based on what the enemy was building, you could respond with different types of elephants. So if the enemy has a bunch of cavalry, you build the war elephant, which has a spearman up top, because he does a lot of damage, right? And he'll really take the cavalry out quickly. Whereas if the enemy has a bunch of archers, like you saw in that game, then the tower war elephant is extremely effective because it has a ton of ranged armor, and also you can move it around and kite really effectively against those types of units. So you want to build the right elephant for the right situation.
I just remember when we played a match like months ago, and it was me, Elliot, and Grant. And usually when we play matches, Elliot likes to rush. But this game, I remember he was waiting. Like, I didn't see him at all, and I was like, okay, God, he's planning something. And he was playing Delhi. And then all of a sudden, he had this massive army of elephants, and I was like, nope, I just noped out. Because I was like, no, I'm done. Like, this isn't happening. Like, Elliot was just, like, biding his time with all these elephants, and I was like, this is over. Like, I'm finished. I don't remember what you were doing, Grant, but I just very clearly remember just seeing this huge crowd of elephants and just
Yeah.
feeling like, I'm done. I'm done.
Elliot's the one to watch out for in the games when we play against him. He's always got some strategy he's got, like, hiding away coming after us.
Elliot's like, I remember that game specifically, yes, because I was like, I'm finished. Like, this is over.
He was, yeah, I was talking to him about, like, how much he was playing. He was like, oh, yeah, me and my friends played, like, all night. And then we played all night the next night. And then it was, like, the weekend. And then we played for, like, 10 hours. I was like, man, you guys are getting it. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's another question. Maybe a question on the Rus. So how do the Lodya ships work?
Yeah, so their whole navy is pretty interesting because it's got this mechanic where you can convert ships from one type to the other type. But then sort of the downside is they don't have the breadth of different types of combat ships that the other civs do. So they don't have like a cannon ship that they can get later on. But this flexibility is really interesting because you can build a bunch of fishing boats to get, a ton of resources, and then you can see when the enemy is coming to attack you, and then you can convert all of them to attack ships. You can wipe out their army, and then you can convert back to fishing ships if you want. So the really key thing is the flexibility there. And, if you need gold or instead, you could convert them to trade ships, and then you could, get a whole bunch of resources trading once you've sort of defended your waters with them. So it's a really interesting and very unique navy capabilities that they have.
All right, I can follow up with one. So this I saw early on in the game, and I don't know how much of a question it is for balance, but it's also just a fun question for the Rus. So, what is the lore that they kill every deer they see?
So there are hunters and masters of the wilderness. So the story is they're kind of hunting the animals for their pelts, and then they're selling the pelts to get money.
All right, awesome. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's go to the Delhi Sultanate. This was actually a question we had from social media, and it's just, the Delhi Sultanate, like, they have a lot of unique stuff, and how hard was it to balance them compared to some of the other civs? Like, obviously each civ is asymmetrical in its own way, so they all have their difficulties, but, like, would you say this was inherently harder to balance, or roughly the same, or the same in different ways?
Yeah, every civ definitely has their own unique challenge, and part of that too is trying to make it so that the civ can be powerful throughout the whole context of the game. So, like, what's their early game, what's their mid game, what's their late game? And in our game, the way the techs sort of unlock, there's a lot more technologies you get at the end of the game, and all their technologies are free. So at the beginning of the game, they're only getting a few free things, and then at the end, not only are there more techs, but those techs are more expensive as well. So that's actually something we're looking at adjusting in sort of our first major update, is trying to get like a smoother power curve for Delhi, so that they don't feel like this big spike at the end, and it's sort of more even throughout all courses of the different ages.
Did we talk about the bounty system?
A little bit. We didn't go too much into like the very details of it.
Let's hear you. Yeah, let's discuss the bounty system a little bit, because I think a lot of people there are some different questions about the bounty system, but maybe if you can just explain at a high level and then share some deets.
So high level is you're hunting animals, and each animal that you kill will give you gold immediately, and it will also add to your bounty score. And when the bounty score hits certain thresholds, like 100, then all your villagers will gather food faster. And so throughout the game, you want to be trying to take out as many as possible, basically. And it creates a really cool possibility, like in the very early game, where you can actually not even worry about mining gold at all. Like if you just create a couple of scouts, you can run around the map and hunt a ton of deer, get whole lot of sheep, and you can just get, the 200 gold you need to advance just by doing that. So they definitely have some interesting, cool build order possibilities with that. And then you have the scout unit, which is, you can see what the enemy's up to, and the scouts' torches are decently powerful early on, so you can actually, potentially like raid the enemy as well, and just sort of set up map control for hunting cabins that you can then, build around the map and get all the extra gold from those hunting cabins.
Awesome. Have a non-game related question, more of a wardrobe question for you. Where can they buy the hoodie you're wearing? They want your developer hoodie, Eric.
Do we sell those in the store?
I wish we did, but no. Only developers can get that. So to have that hoodie, you have to be a developer. But had to harass you a little bit on that. It is a great hoodie.
Really
I love mine.
I love this hoodie, and in fact, I started working here, and like they had given them out before I had started. So I just saw people walking around the office wearing these hoodies all the time. I was like, oh, I'm so jealous. That's such an awesome hoodie. And then one day Elliot was like, hey, what's your size? And he hooked me up. So thanks so much to Elliot for getting me one of these.
Oh yeah, Elliot's the person to go to if you want these. I bugged him about this too.
I was the same boat. Elliot just came by with them because
Thank you, Elliot.
Elliot is the one who hooks us all up with swag. Elliot's great for that. Also, I do see people in chat saying be right back, applying for dev position. So Eric, you might have more people helping you
for
soon.
The sweater?
All right, love it.
Just for the sweater, totally worth it. All right, let me see. I think we've got mostly we have a lot of questions coming in from stream, so we'll try to focus on some of those right now. There's so much stuff on like elephants, camels, and all of that. So I'm just gonna do Abyss and camels debuff the elephants.
So that's a very interesting question, right? Because that was specifically to sort of reenact the history of how those two animals interact. So horses in particular are afraid of camels. Like they freak them out, they're scared, they don't want to be anywhere near them. But like this big hulking elephant does not care about camels. They will pick them up with their trunk and eat them. Don't care at all. So yeah, no debuff is applied to elephants, even though they're cavalry. It's specifically just horses.
Oh, that image.
Wow, yeah, that's a picture in my mind right there.
Oh my god. That's too violent. Let's go back to the questions.
Yeah, along with elephants, can you have multiple scholars healing a single elephant?
Yeah, you can. And that was something on the balance side we had talked about of like, do we actually want to do this? Should we like have some sort of like diminishing returns so you get less healing out of it? But we found that in general there is enough sort of like counterplay options with just killing the scholars. And once your army gets big enough, or you get some mangonels, cannons, or even just like a big ball of archers, you can actually just attack and kill all the scholars. So it requires some interesting strategy for the players of like, do I want to commit all my scholars up here to heal this elephant when I know that the enemy could just kill them? So yes, we are allowing it. We kind of want to see what people can do with it, and just in terms of like Civ win rates and stuff like that, we're just really excited for the game to go live because more games will get played on the first day with millions of players than we have been able to play the entire course of the development. So players are going to find some stuff that we haven't seen, even though we played every single day. So we're just really excited to get the game out there for people to play.
Jeez, when you put it like that, my mind just like, because that's so true.
Yeah, because people are going to play in ways you didn't expect. They're going to do stuff you just never would have imagined, and it's going to come up and it's going to be like, wait, this is a thing you did? Why? But also, but then this happened.
We're going to be watching out for the whole day and just like watching a lot of people, and just, it'll be really fun to see.
So get those games in, get Eric the data he craves. Eric will consume all data.
All of you guys watching right now, Eric needs your help.
One of my actually favorite creative things that I saw a player do is in one of our beta tests, the nest of bees we were really pumped up, so it was like really hard to stop the nest of bees. So this guy, he took his whole army and he put it inside some rams because the rams protected them. And then he moved the rams forward, got on top of the nest of bees into their minimum range, and then unloaded all his troops and killed them. I was like, oh, that's amazing. That's so smart.
Oh
So yeah,
gosh,
it's
I
just
saw
awesome
that.
watching players and seeing all the creative, cool things you guys do.
Yeah. How many more questions do you want to do, Grant? Maybe.
Well, we wrap up in a few. We try to end the question period roughly around 4, just so the stream doesn't run forever. Because if we kept asking and taking questions, Eric, you would not go to sleep tonight. You would be here all night, and you probably want to have dinner. You probably want to finish your work, all of this stuff. But we're definitely thankful to have you here. We can probably pull in a few more questions before we wish you well as you head off for the stream
Yeah,
today. But
would
let's
love
find
to
some
take a few
questions
more.
quickly.
Yeah, sounds great.
Annie, you want to hop on with Annie?
Yeah. So, what are the Delhi Sultanate's strengths in the early game?
Strengths of the Delhi in the early game. So the Scholar unit actually has quite a bit of flexibility because, you saw in that game where I was able to take the holy sites, but it provides you healing at the very beginning of the game. So you can do a bunch of rushes, and if you're able to sort of save your units and get them out of like attack with them, do a little bit of damage, and then bring them back, you can heal them up with the Scholars, full health, and then send them back in. So doing like a Delhi horseman play actually can be really effective if you have a really good micro and you're able to keep all the horses alive, and you can just keep building up and getting a bigger army and not losing any of your units. And you can also, if you want to be like really aggressive, you can actually take them, they're slow and vulnerable, but you can walk them across the map with your army and attack the enemy and be healing in battle as well. So there's just a bunch of cool things that Scholar unlocks early game that, we've experimented with a whole lot, but we want to see even more stuff that players can do with it.
Very cool.
All right, just let me find one more question, then we'll probably wrap this up. Let's see. So many questions. Sadly, not enough time. Let's see. I've asked most of these that I have in the short list here. Let's see. All right.
Another cool thing with Delhi is you saw that they could do the walling. So I did a little bit of walling, but it's pretty useful that any of your infantry can create these walls. So I did it with spearmen, but even archers can create walls, which is pretty convenient because they have ranged attacks and then they can then shoot over those walls. So you can actually do some pretty cool things if you have a nice big mass of archers early on, and you can build walls, and then you can try to like walk forward and build some walls and on top of that. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool, interesting things Delhi can do early on.
All right, so Eric, I have a question, and you can thank Elliot for tossing this one my way. This is from chat, but Elliot says we should harass you a little bit. He likes tossing some questions at you. Part
Yeah,
of balance, I mean, we have the balance team here. We want to talk to you, right? So,
Absolutely.
are you ready for it? It's gonna
Alright.
come in hot and heavy here. How balanced
Alright.
is the game in your opinion? And what is the win delta between the best and worst Civ in your expectations?
So that's definitely a great question. And
You're gonna go after Elliot later
have-
for being like, what did you do?
we have data on the win rates of all civs, throughout all the different maps and stuff like that we're going to be capturing when the game goes live. So we're really happy with the job we've done, and just with like how ambitious the game is of having 8 civs that are so different and so unique in terms of having different units, different technologies, different starting bonuses. Like the civs just feel, and mechanically they just feel so different playing them, but it's also easy to transition from one civ to the next because they still have that core roster of units. So we spent a lot of time balance-wise making sure that core roster was really tight because every civ would be using that. And we know that the balance is not perfect, but we're committed to constantly patching the game and improving it and seeing what you guys can find and adjusting the game in those ways. But sort of our primary goal with the game is that the game is just fun, right? So if there's a strategy that like everyone's doing, and it's just so powerful, like that makes the game not fun. So we need to fix that. But like if there's a strategy that's like hard to do and like not that good, but it's like really fun and sometimes it works, like that's great. Like we'd love to have that kind of stuff in the game, and we just want players to have a bunch of different options and a bunch of different fun things they can do that are all viable.
And it's like they're gonna be able to play next week at this time. Just imagine that, Eric. Like everything that you're curious about, like we're all gonna be able to watch. It's just so crazy to think about.
Yeah.
So exciting.
I hope they're gonna have a lot of fun. The Civs, like, it's so satisfying to just hop in there and start playing.
Oh, once the beta got taken down, it was like, the next weekend, I was like, oh, I wish I could hop in and get some more games, right? Like just being able to play whenever you want, any time of day, get some matches in. Like on the balance team, we play all the time, so we're just so excited to be able to get more games in and just play. Like we just love the game. It's so excited.
It was so fun during the stress test there, getting to play along with my friends, because like they were all super excited about the game. I'm like, hey, you can actually play right now. Let's get some games in. And I played a few. My friends were a little bit busier than I would like them to be, but I was definitely looking at Steam. And when you say Elliot was playing a lot of games, Elliot was always in game. Like there was not a moment really where he wasn't in game.
Busy.
So yeah, I think that's probably going to do for questions for right now. The show is not quite over though, so definitely everyone else, you'll want to stick around and chat just a little bit longer. But yeah, so it's Eric. Great to have you here. Thank you so much for not only the great game you played there that everyone had a lot of fun watching.
So much
Thank
fun.
you
That was
also
such
for
a fun
commenting
match.
your own game. Thank you to Zach, even though he's not here for the discussion right now, he was also alongside. Him and you were commenting that game together. That was so much fun to watch, and just that. I still remember like seeing the ending there. You and that rage quit ending. Chat's gonna just have fun with that.
Dude,
But-
that keep, I had no idea. I was like, my whole army's in his face. I have nothing. Like, I'm just send everyone, send them, get the keep, guys. I don't care how many die, just kill it.
Yeah.
Lead designer just rage quit.
I still laugh how like when we were doing this, and again this stuff is pre-recorded, but we have them go in and actually do the commentary while it's playing back, and Eric's like, yeah, as a heads up, I rage quit. It's like good to know, good to know. But yeah,
Good times.
thank you so much, Eric, for joining us. I think this is probably a good time to let you go off, get some work done.
Always a pleasure. Thanks so much for having me. Love being here, guys.
Thanks, Eric.
All right, thank
a
you
good
so much,
Friday.
Eric.
Bye, guys.
And to everyone else, thank you for sticking with us. We've got a little bit left in the show with Eric. Eric's now gone off. He's going to do some work, but Annie and I are still here, as well as more giveaways and a little bit more discussion. So yeah, that was the last of our 1v1 show matches there that we had scheduled. So we've now actually covered the English versus Holy Roman Empire, the Abbasid dynasty versus Mongols, Chinese versus French, and this was the Rus versus Delhi Sultanate. So that is
Wow.
all 8 launches there in matchups. You got to vote for who you would like to win. We went through all of that. It's been a great 4 weeks matching these up. Our final week, next week, we do have our special 2v2 stream. That is happening on October 27th on Wednesday. It's basically same time, 2:30 p.m., same place here on Twitch, but again, October 27th. So this is the day before launch. So we're 6 days away from launch now. This time next week, you will be playing the game. And Wednesday
Exciting.
next week, we'll be back to the stream, and then it launches on Thursday. So it's going to be a busy week. It's going to come
It'll
very
be
fast.
Very, very busy. Yeah, and if there is a match that you guys haven't seen yet, because I was gonna say you have now seen all 8 civs in action. But if there's any that you haven't seen, they are all up on our YouTube page, so go check those out. And yes, someone was asking in this chat, is this gonna go up on YouTube? Yes, it will. As soon as this wraps up, so you can rewatch, go and analyze and do your thing. And we also love to make sure that we keep an eye on like what you guys are saying. So I mean, next week's gonna be it. It's launch week.
Yeah.
Here, like every time I think that, I'm just like, oh my god.
Our countdown to launch stream series
Oh, I
at
need a
Event Annie is
fan.
counting down. Who would have thought at the end of countdown this all launches?
I know the countdown is a countdown, so obviously like we were going to somewhere, but it's
Yeah,
like,
you gotta be,
you don't actually think about it.
yeah, gotta be some celebrations as soon as it launches. Some people sending off bells, some ding dings, all the fun.
Okay, did you see that someone made the thing?
Yes.
What is it? Okay,
There is a ding ding sign out there with a
Everyone I
countdown.
know.
It's amazing. We
It was
were all
amazing.
looking at this. It's great. But yes, we are very close to launch, October 28th. The game is available for pre-order up until then, so you can go and pre-order it on the Age of Empires website.
Go.
I'm sure most of you have already, but yes, you can go do that. But before we hop too much further into the stream, I think it's time to do one more giveaway, and I think this is good. We're going to give away the same as we have before. Hang on a second. Don't type anything in chat just yet. Have to get it prepared for you. Not going to do anything good yet, Cold Blankets. I haven't said that you can type H forward in chat. Just wait.
I like knowing who types it in when you say don't type it in, because
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm
oh, so
watching
you
these
guys are
names, all of these
you
people.
guys are the ones that don't listen, huh?
All right. So for this, we're going to give away another of the Age of Empires companion books. These are published by Future Press. They're honestly like I haven't actually seen the insides of it yet myself. I'm super excited to get my hands on one. They come out
It
later
looks
in the year.
Beautiful. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to have it on my coffee table.
Yeah.
And these prints, like I'm gonna get frames ready for these because
Yeah.
they are gorgeous. Craig Mullen's artworks, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, no one in chat's listening. You're all troublemakers.
So no, they can do it right now. It's on screen, so
They
they're
can
good.
do it now. Okay.
Yeah, go do it, everyone. I was
take it
letting you
back,
finish
I'm sorry.
typing, but it comes up on stream, so they're good to go as soon as it shows there. Exclamation mark age, the number 4, Ward, W-A-R-D. Get that in chat. You only need to enter it once, and you're entered. We will draw a winner very shortly. I'm watching the eligible users who are entered climb pretty rapidly as you're all spamming this, so it's working well. Yeah.
Just a note for this one. This one's shipping date will be not. It won't be right away, so you're not going to get this next week. Just FYI.
Correct. This book actually does publish later in the year, so it is available to pre-order yourself as well right now. You can go take care of that if you'd like, but you can also win it here. And when it does launch, we will be in contact again to make sure we get all your information to get all of this sent out. DMs open, please, though, because if you do win, we will send you a message right away just to let you know and kind of touch base, get stuff sorted, and then when the book is available, we'll work to get it to you as soon as possible. But that's going to be a little bit later in the year.
Yeah, and the sooner we have your info, the sooner that's all ready to go as soon as it's ready to ship. So make sure that you get back to us in a timely manner, please.
Yeah. All right. I think we'll give them 5 seconds, and then we'll draw this winner here. And I'm just going to say it because I have to every time I feel. Elliot, no, you can't win.
Hey, someone asked, Vogel is God asked, if I win, I want Grant to sign it. Yo, Grant!
Oh,
you already
wow.
got a fan!
We'll
Grant
see.
has to sign it.
We'll see. We'll see how we have to order these.
Can I get an autograph copy from Grant Wall?
Everyone. I don't know that my autograph's as valuable as other people's. Like, you probably want Eric's autograph or like everyone else's.
Offended. What about me? Elliot, you can sneak your signature in there too, I guess. But people want Grant's signature. Okay?
Oh, there you go. Someone else wants one by Elliot, so everyone wants one by a different person.
Can you both sign it? Sure. My signature's not worth anything, but.
Can I get the book wrapped in the
Elliot-
hoodie? Wow.
Oh, they're getting creative.
All right. I think that's a good time to draw this winner. Let's see. Good luck, everyone.
Who's the winner?
Prelator Maximus. Congratulations.
Ooh.
You have won this art companion book here. I'm just going to get your name over.
Congrats.
Keep your DMs open. A member of our team will reach out to you very, very shortly. And you will get,
Nice.
again, this book, it launches later in the year. You can pre-order right now from Future Press yourself. But we will also, to the winner, we'll make sure you get this as soon as it's available as well. It'll take a little time, so you're not going to have it tomorrow. You're not going to have it like right next week. But as soon as it's out, we'll make sure you get your copy. We want to. The whole thing is we love giving away free stuff, and the book, like I don't know. I might have to steal it first. You might get the second copy. I might steal the first.
So the ones we're waiting for, that's for the winners. Because we just want it right away. Oh,
yeah. So again, countdown to launch. This is our 4th week. These are the last of our 1v1s. But next week on Wednesday, do join us on the 27th. We will have the 2v2 special show match. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a little bit different. We'll keep some of the surprise for next week, so definitely do tune in. Keep an eye on our socials because we will be updating everyone, making sure we let you know when we're going live, all of that. But also, if you haven't yet, you can also subscribe or follow our Twitch page. We send out notifications when we go live, so you can keep an eye that way. And yeah, that's kind of most of it. That brings us roughly to the end of our show. The game launches October 28th. Again, you can pre-order it right now. Available on Xbox Game Pass per PC, Steam, and Windows. If you do pre-order it during the pre-order period, you get the Dawn of the Dukes expansion. And yeah, I think the big thing is, to those of you who have Game Pass, you already have this game. Like that's such a cool thing.
Yes. Day one.
Yeah, which is really cool. But also, yeah, it is available through traditional platforms, however you like to get your games. Let me just get something going here. So you probably know what's coming up next, speaking of Game Pass. If you don't have Game Pass, get Age Forward in chat right now.
This is the prize that you want.
This is the one you want. This is great.
This is the one you want.
This is a year of Game Pass Ultimate.
Basically get Age of Empires 4 with this prize.
It's Game Pass
What
Ultimate,
else, Grant?
1 year of Game Pass Ultimate, which means you get it on PC, so you'll have Age of Empires 4 at launch day 1. Again,
1 year of Xbox Game Pass. That is 1 year of Age 4 plus all these other high quality games on Xbox Game Pass. This is the prize that you want, so you want to enter an Age Forward right now.
Exactly. And because this is Game Pass Ultimate, it means not only do you get it on PC for stuff like Age of Empires 4, but you also do have Game Pass now on if you have an Xbox console as well. So any of the games that are available on that, you'll have access to the whole Game Pass library as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's...
I do. Yeah, I have Ultimate, and it's great. It's fantastic. So you don't already have Xbox Game Pass, this is the one that will get you all those games.
Oh, in chat, the same
What?
person, Vogel is God. If I win this, Grant, will you, Grant, send me a signed picture of Xbox Game Pass? How do you sign a picture of Xbox Game Pass? I think we're going to get...
We print it, and you draw a little stick figure, and then you just write your name under it.
No one wants a drawing from me. A stick figure from me is going to look...
Vogel is God does.
Wow.
They want it.
All right, well, chat, get your exclamation mark age forward in chat. Vogel is God. You better do that too if you want to win this.
Sign their monitor. Send us your monitor. Grant will sign your monitor.
Oh, wow. All right, so we'll give this a few seconds. But yeah, this is probably the most exciting prize because it means you'll be able to play at launch if you win this because it's on Game Pass for PC. But you can also, as I mentioned, pre-order on Steam or Windows there as well. And yeah, it is less than a week away, 6 days, October 28th. It's terrifying thinking this time next week everyone's going to be playing the game.
Every time we say 6 days, and then it's going to be 5 days tomorrow, my heart's just like, ugh. Oh my god.
I know.
It's so nerve-wracking.
The countdown is real.
Uh,
All right. I think that's probably enough time for everyone. Let's get a winner drawn. Again, I'll give you 5 seconds. Exclamation mark age, the number 4, WARD, age forward. We'll give our winner just 5 seconds. Let's see who can get there in there and draw.
Pass, who's gonna get this one?
All right. Let's see who's gonna get this. Good luck, everyone.
You drawing it now?
Yes, SXHTIN.
Ooh, congrats!
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a great prize.
That is, yeah. So a member of our team will send you a direct message. We will work to get you your prize. I see you in chat. Congratulations. That is, this is an amazing prize. It's such a good, you get the game. You can play the game for a year basically on Game Pass.
You already have the game.
And all of the Game Pass library as well, which is amazing. So again,
on console and PC.
This is the last of our 1v1 show matches, but we will be back next week on Wednesday, the 27th, for our 2v2 special match there. We will have more prizes, more giveaways there as well, so you definitely want to tune in.
And this is the last stream before launch, right? So you guys want to be there.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be our 2v2 special match on the 27th. The game launches the very next day, which is absolutely... terrifying, exciting, and it's so cool to see everything kind of come together and reach this point.
Yay! Big breath in. Big
yeah.
breath out.
All right. And I think that brings us towards the end of the show here. I think we've actually reached that point. Again, huge thank you to Zach and Eric both for that commentary for the game, as well as the members of our team as well. Colin as well for playing that game against Eric. That was
that was great. That was so funny. I'm still thinking about all the villagers rushing into the keep. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
That was such a fun match to watch, and just watching chat just watching chat talk about Eric, giving advice, being like, "What's going on here?" It was so fun. So yeah, thank you to all of you who are also watching these streams. It's a blast having all of you here with us and joking around, sending your questions, talking all of that. So yeah, definitely tune in again next week on Wednesday when we're live on the 27th, and we will see all of you then.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great Friday.
Thank you, everyone. See you next week. All right, bye.
you